Do it live.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Three Warlocks Podcast. We want to welcome all those YouTube watchers. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are on YouTube. If you haven't heard, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. It's Three Warlocks Podcasts. Right there, you can find various different episodes that we have done in the past, and also this one that you're going to be listening to and maybe watching a little bit later. Once you're there, make sure to hit the subscribe button, maybe the like button, and most important of all, just leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think of the show. Let us know what we can do to make the show better. And pretty much let us know the things that you liked about the show. You know, stay in contact with us. Talk to us. Let us know what's up. Well, like I said, this is the Three Warlocks Podcast. We have two other Warlocks with me, which makes the trio, I guess you can say. That is Ness and Snail. How are you guys doing today?
Hello.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I haven't seen you guys since last week. I talk to you guys all the time, but I haven't seen you guys since last week. So anything new? Anything happen? Anything crazy?
It took my dad 2 hours to order something off Wayfair, but
2 hours?
2 hours, dude. I was gonna lose my mind. And he did that thing that I hate, like they Blair Witch me. So whenever I talk to them, they're like this on the phone. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Parecita, I don't know what I'm doing. God damn it. But 2 hours because he didn't want to put his credit card information in there. But I kept telling him, I was like, you have to pay for it. He's like, no, they're going to save it. I was like, they're not, Dad, but you have to pay for it. So after an hour of convincing him, he finally did it. And then afterwards he goes, oh, you're right. They don't save it.
So this is the first time he's ever ordered anything online or what?
I feel like maybe.
It reminds me of when I was younger, we used to have this thing called the, what is that thing? It was that we used to get 12 CDs for 1 cent. Remember that crap?
Oh my God, Columbia. The Columbia House.
And I just remember saying, I was like, yeah, you just pay 1 cent and it send 12 CDs to your house. And my mom was like, you have to pay for that stuff. I'm like, no, you just pay 1 cent. And before you know it, I had to punch in credit card information, all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm a child. I don't have none of that. So, well,
yeah. And now we've got Spotify.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Oh, we got Spotify. Yeah.
All thanks to Napster. Napster is the man who started it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, hope your dad was happy with what he ordered online. What about you, Snail? How was your week?
England got through to the European final against
Yay!
Italy.
That's awesome.
Although I'm not allowed to speak about Italy. It's bad luck.
You mean like the Italians?
No,
Like talking about the Italians?
Stop mentioning them.
I love Italian food.
Mamma mia. Can I say mamma mia? So is there like some sort of game ritual you do, Snail, before a game, before you watch it? Is there some, I know some people who are really into sports. They like to do something, like before their favorite team plays, so they can give them some sort of good luck. Do you have something like that, some sort of ritual?
No,
not really.
I just turn the TV on. Although I had an email the other day, right? It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
I had an email off the company that provided the TV, Sky, for those people in the UK. And they emailed me saying, you like a lot of sport. I was like, oh yeah, yes we do.
How do
I
they
like
know?
a lot of sport. And they put down the number of hours of sport I'd watched, and then the percentage of what was football, golf, rugby. It was crazy numbers. We watch too much sport. It's the general gist of this conversation.
Oh my God. Well, best of luck to you. They play Sunday, right?
Sunday.
Yeah. So we're rooting for good old England. I know in the future,
Yay.
we're hoping if everything goes good and well, we're going to go visit you and you can take us to that fancy little stadium we're going to be playing at. So, rugby stadium. We're going to be watching a rugby game.
Yeah, we're going to see Wales play rugby. England in the football.
Rugby is like football, Ness, like real football, like the one over here where we're at.
But they don't wear pads or anything like
pads.
that.
Yeah,
they're proper men as opposed to those ones that wear pads just to protect themselves.
Man.
So they're all concussed, is what you're saying.
There's no concussions.
They all have concussions.
There's plenty of blood.
And
There's
they've got no
blood.
teeth, right? No teeth? Teeth.
Paralyzed people? No, I don't know.
No.
Well, welcome to this episode. We're going to be talking about nothing but sports. So if you guys tune in and listening to us about wanted to hear football and rugby news, you come to the right spot. No. We're not going to do that. The TWAB was fairly small. Not a whole lot to kind of talk about. They kind of dropped the hammer last couple of TWABs that gave us the whole news on Solstice of Heroes. And they gave us that whole update, the 3.0 point something. It's always a point. But they give us all this, let's update the TWAB before the Solstice of Heroes. And this one starts up pretty straightforward. They want us to save a date, a very special date. Bungie is going to be doing something for us. And that is August 24th. August 24th is also the day where the new season, the next season of the Redacted, we don't know what it's called, drops. But they're also going to be dropping some news on the Witch Queen DLC. If you guys remember, I believe last year, right around the time, I want to say July, that's where, around June, July, we had the Season of Arrivals that dropped. And that was the beginning of the longest season Destiny 2's ever had. It was about 5 months. And around October, Bungie dropped the Vidoc that had to do with Beyond Light, gonna give us a preview of what was gonna happen. So I'm thinking this might be a little something similar. We're obviously gonna get the news or the trailer of what the season's going to be before that. There's no way they can wait right at the day of the season. But I'm thinking they're gonna do some sort of Vidoc explaining to you about the Witch Queen, which is nice because this is their time to shine. They interview the creators, they interview the people, the artists, the sandbox team. So they're going to be pretty much, showing themselves off. So they're going to be expressing everything that they've done, showing everything that they're working with. And it's going to be a pretty awesome event. So that's going to happen on August 24th. So mark your calendars.
Have you seen the picture?
I have. Let me actually look that up.
Because if you superimpose it on top of the picture of the veiled statue in either Deep Zone Crypts or on the moon, it's the exact shape of the veil. Similar.
Let's see what they did there.
Yeah, I know that they've been doing some crazy hints throughout the whole, I guess Destiny career. They usually just drop little hints here and there. But yeah, let me show the YouTube watchers that picture. Snail so kind enough to give us some of these pictures from the TWAB, break us downs in here. So
I prepare everybody for these podcasts. You would never know if you're watching on YouTube that this is all pre-prepared.
I know. And then whenever I get a chance, I usually edit the stuff out. You get to hear it. I mean, it's all good. Before we even got onto this episode, I've had some little problems with my computer. It was not working at all, which was really upsetting me. But now it's working. Okay. Well, the pictures that we have for you guys is not this dog. I hope that's not the dog that I have for you guys.
The little Chihuahua. Yeah.
It's so cute.
The little Chihuahua dogs. Anyway, here we go. So we're going to get to the picture, and it is August 24th, like I talked about, and it's Survive the Truth, I guess is the name of the showcase. Survive the Truth. So what truth is that? What truth are they talking about? So, well, like I talked about, this week, the update went up live. Some of the weapons on PvP have been really making some changes. Snail and I were talking about certain weapons that used to be pretty good are coming back. I believe Lord of Wolves. I've seen a lot of wolves. Bows are one-tapping people.
So crazy.
Yeah. 120 hand cannons, not so much. Shotguns, they're still being used, but not as much or heavily as they used to. Solstice of Heroes kicked in. We talked a little bit about that last week. I finished my first armor set on my Warlock. And nice. I guess whenever you continue on to the different characters, Snail and I were talking about this, your progress gets like a multiplier, right, Still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless it's a bug's life. Because there is a bug in everything you're doing at the moment.
This is
as we found when I did Europa activities. Was it Europa and Override, which I did by doing EDZ public events.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
I believe Tuesday felt like a DLC drop because there's people on queues. People couldn't log on. You couldn't even stay on one event at a time because you would get kicked out. I believe some of the error codes I was getting was Weaseled. That was one of the popular ones.
Mm-hmm.
There was one I never really heard. It's honeydew or something like that.
Honeydew, yeah.
Yeah, there was getting a lot of area codes left and right. It was a
Loganberry.
weird. Oh, yeah, that one. What's it called again?
Loganberry.
Loganberry. Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that? Some of their area codes are pretty fancy, man.
Yes.
But yeah, Master Vault mode dropped. So if you were able to play that during the bugs life of Bungie, the bugs that were going on, the more kudos to you. They had a problem with the weapon on the Nightfall. It was supposed to be something, and it's something else, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. A lot of problems that happen, but Bungie gets a pass, I want to say, because their team has been really on it. Whenever there's a problem, they try to jump on it and fix it the fastest way humanly possible. They don't mess around. They have stuff going on, but they're able to get into the areas that they want to fix as soon as possible, and they're able to rectify things. So even though it might be a little nuisance here and there, they're able to do it for us. And it's a game, it's a company, it's a lot of moving parts, so there's a lot of stuff that they need to work on. There was a very special day that happened to Bungie, and that was July 7th. July 7th is considered Bungie Day. Do you guys know why? There's a question. I actually had to do some digging information. Do you guys know why Bungie chooses July 7th as Bungie Day?
Because of 7/7.
They are extremely obsessed with the number 7.
They are.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
They have been since Halo.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's John 117. That is their Master Chief. Also, if you were to play as a hunter, which I haven't had the privilege to do, there's a certain cloak. Why when Cade passed away, I believe the code's called Memory of Cade. And when we look at the very, very bottom of the cloak, it has 777 on it, which is kind of cool. So a little homage to that. There's a number 777 on various areas in Destiny, kind of hidden. Just the number 7 itself, they're just obsessed with that. Bungie has the 7 rules, or the 7 things that they want to do for world domination. They've actually posted that on their site, which is kind of hilarious.
Can I say I was born in 77?
Hey, so you
is that why I played the game?
Wow.
You are a project of Bungie. That's crazy. My daughter's birthday is July 7th. So that's why I play the game. Ness? Is it because your father tried to order something that was $77?
Like 7 hours, 7 minutes.
Oh man. Well, anyway, July 7th, that was Bungie Day. That happened. That was a couple days ago. And they always do a charity event. They have some cool incentive things you can show off, merchandise that you can buy through the Bungie store. And if you were able to purchase some of these things, you can actually use your social media to promote it. Things like Bungie Memories and Bungie Day of Art were some of the things that were kind of trending on the social media as well. They also gave us a free emblem that apparently got leaked about a month ago, and people were selling it, people were buying it, but it's a cool little emblem. I thought it was kind of cool. You were able to get into the Bungie rewards, punch in the code, and it was on your character like that. So yeah, Bungie was able to also. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
I was going to say, what isn't mentioned in any of this TWAB is the fact that they're doing the Bungee Foundation raising money between the 7th of July till the 13th or 14th. And they're doing that if you donate $25, $50, $75, you get various freebies. I think the freebie at the moment is, if you go to the 75, is 3 different emblems plus a ghost, if anyone's interested.
Did you
There's
ever
one
see?
that's an emote too.
Yeah, it's like an emote. Like
it's an emote as well. Yeah, there's 4 things then. So I went for the maximum package and got the 4 things.
Oh, nice. So that's good. So you're gonna get that emote that's like the little tank. You can control like a little tank. I don't know if you see it. Yes, that looks kind of cool. But but
it's not mentioned. It's not mentioned in the TWAB, bizarrely.
Might have a little link in there, kind of hidden. But like I said, they do this every year. So I don't know why Bungie didn't put that in there.
I think they would advertise their own event.
Yeah, they put it on. They put it on the site. They just haven't really. They haven't really promoted it, which they normally do pretty good job of. Yeah.
Well, you also have to think about this. Didn't they just have? I want to say just really recently had another charity event that they were a part of for the children's.
Yeah, St. Jude's.
St. Jude's. So that was like back to back. So that must have something must have happened. Must have forgotten. But also what they were able to do is they were able to kind of like show some artists some of their work, which is kind of nice. I want to actually show you some of those pictures while Ness talks about them.
Yeah, so we're going to look at some Destiny inspired artwork. So we have some artwork from Ian Pesty, Enemy of My Enemy. So he's an 80s kid. He's proud. He loves neon. So he calls this a complex cyber splicer design.
That's cool.
Yep, and it's Mithrax. So it's pretty neat. I like it. So the next one is from Katarzyna Debek-Shamil.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure I was accurate. Funnily enough, she's known as Kathy Langley. It's like, come on. Anyway, she is a graphic designer, a gamer, and a digital painter. So one of the things that we have in common is that she actually fell in love with Destiny just for the sheer like quality of the artwork and how Bungie actually did everything, which I have to agree. Aesthetically, it's, you know, Bungie has always been really good with the art and the music.
That's awesome.
So the next one we have is Jane Whaley, and this one's called Children of the Tower. So this is very different from what she normally does. So this is kawaii babies, fallen babies. So she's very passionate about her artwork, and she was really happy to be asked once again to donate some of her work. So yeah, and then on top of that, Bungie has actually given us another gift of 2 additional wallpapers that we can use for our iPads, phones, and desktops. So yay Bungie.
These are pretty good. I like this one. This one's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I was going to buy the t-shirt, but it's 300 cheap.
This one?
We got enough shit for that.
No.
It is a cute shirt though.
These are nice, man. Well, Bungie gives a lot of stuff for they really go out for the charity events, and actually with the help of the community, you know, they're able to share a lot of this stuff that we have now. I mean, some of these art. This is probably my favorite one right there.
Yeah, I like that one.
The Expunge mission. Which level is this one, Snail? Just by looking at it.
That is tartar sauce.
This is I thought it was an override mission because of this thing right here when you have to kind of slide on the bottom and kind of land here, but yeah, it looks like tartar sauce.
Yeah, totally looks like tartar sauce.
That is
I
hilarious.
prefer the other picture I put into the channel.
Yeah, I know. What is this? What the hell is this now?
it's
full of joy and happiness.
Oh my God.
That's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
It's art.
Is this one of these? Is this one of these Pokemon you catch outside, or what?
It is
Is
a
it?
Pokemon, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm gonna.
Is that one a good one? Is that one like like a high level one?
There's probably like 100 of these all over the place over there.
There's millions at the moment. You can get a shiny one at the moment. So.
Oh my gosh!
I can't believe you showed us the peasant one. You can show us a good one.
Your
Man.
hardest
I didn't
one.
have a good version.
The hardest one you can find. Oh my
You
God.
can, I know. Oh.
Well, I really appreciate this picture you shared with us, and people who are watching appreciate it too. Thank you so much, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Ness's was good too.
Yep.
Little chihuahua.
Like I said, Bungie community, they really go out for some of these charity events. Whenever they meet a goal, whenever they set a goal, they always meet it. They never have problems with it, which is really, really awesome. Well, we're talking about some of the Bugs Life, which is the movie that Bungie directs.
Every day.
It is.
Every time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of inbound issues that arise, and the Bungie team is there to give you support. And here are a few of the things that has been happening with those bugs. Go ahead, Snail. Take it away.
Well, yeah. Bungie blew my world up in the space of about 30 seconds, where I logged on, lost Triumph score, ruined the story, which we'll cover later on, and then weaseled me all in the space of 2 seconds. I was delighted with this new addition to the game that I kept loading into and getting weaseled out of. But yes, the fantastic Triumph issue that we've currently got in the game. So with the update 3.21 millions of other things that they named their updates, they did some background things with the Triumph score, which reset Triumphs from last season and this season, which meant you have to go back in and click all the buttons. The knock-on effect of which was lots of issues because the previous triumphs we claimed, we now can't claim 2 of them because the event's gone. So they're in the background trying to fix that for players. And in the resetting of this season's triumphs, they accidentally unlock the last law part, which is excellent. Well done, Bungie. Yeah. So they're currently investigating them. They're going to. They can't fix the story. The story's out the bag, which we'll cover later on. But they will fix the triumphs we can't reclaim and those stolen triumph points. Damn you, Bungie.
Yep. I believe that was a very happy mistake for one of our clanmates. He was like, "Oh, my bounties are. I mean, my triumphs are. I have to click them all over again." And whenever he started clicking, he got the Splicer seal. And it was like, "Oh, okay, that was weird." Good old Jay. Yeah. Jay, sorry you haven't gotten Mythic class, but you have Splicer now.
Yeah,
we're going to have Splicer because the last part of the story was meant to unlock Splicer, so which hadn't happened yet. So because they unlocked the last part, everybody's got Splicer.
You know what? And I want to fast forward in mentally here to last week's episode when I told Snail, "Hey, Snail, you think the story will continue?" And Snail's like, "Oh, no. They'll wait until after Guardian games." Boy, were you wrong.
Well, I was right. Bungie heard, and Bungie said, "No, Snail, I'm going to put it in now just to annoy you."
We were more concerned about the Taken Blights being gone for the Guardian games. Oh yeah, they'll take them out. And I got there, I was like, "Oh yeah, they did take them out." Sure enough, Snail's like, "No, they're not going to ruin the story during Guardian games." Oh,
you were wrong,
man. Well,
noted point. Ruin and Solstice of Heroes, not Guardian games. Don't
confuse that's right. Vega. Jesus, again.
Last time you did this, you told me that no one reminded you. This time I've reminded you.
No, thank you. Reminded me. I really appreciate that. So whenever you guys are in the, I guess, any planet, make sure you guys get on your ghost and then drive to a different location. It's a sparrow. I know it's a sparrow. Damn it. I'm only human.
Get on your ghost. Rally up.
Okay.
I like how long that took to sink into Ness's brain before
I was actually imagining it. I was like, "Oh, good Lord." Because I did a clip on it because he kept on calling it his ghost. So
I believe I had a listener like a while back. He told me, it's like, "It's a effing sparrow, dummy." I was like, okay. Oh man, good times.
That's anyway, the fun.
I know. Anyway, when you log into Destiny just recently, big old scientist said, make sure you turn in your Vanguard tokens. And then us, like we normally do, we just ignore it, right? We're not going to do it.
Why? We can do it.
Yeah, we don't do that stuff. We just massively delete them all. Done with them. But no, seriously, if you guys want to get those extra shards, if you want to get those extra materials, delete them all, because starting next season, starting August 24th, they're going to be depreciated. What's the word called?
Depreciated?
Yep, deprecated. So they're going to be eliminated. They're not going to be there. So make sure you guys get rid of those, please. Oh, if not, just massively delete the big ones. But if you guys want some shards, I would advise you guys to cash them out and then delete them.
I've already done it.
Perfect. Whoa, how many do you have, by the way?
I did it to the end of last season, knowing that it was going to be the end of this season that they went. So I got rid of, I think it was about 20,000 tokens in the end.
Oh man, I have 7,000 of them, and I'm dreading doing it. I think I'm just gonna massively delete that whole stack because, I mean, I already have
just to get a gut roll of that rocket launcher.
Which one? The Royal Entry?
Royal Entry, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get Vanguard tokens. Like I think I have like 140. That's it.
The Savala. They should just call him by. They should just call those things by whoever you take them to. This should be called Zavala tokens.
Zavala coins.
Zavala coins. Drifter tokens. Shax tokens. Iron Banner tokens. Those are easy to remember. But Vanguard and Gambit, a little bit confusing. But yes, delete them. Vanguard is confusing. Okay. Crucible. What is that? What is Crucible? What is Crucible? What is it? Tell me. What is this thing? Never heard of them.
Never heard of it. Never heard of Gambit. Never heard of Crucible.
Want to get on my ghost and get out of here. Jesus Christ. So yeah, get rid of them. Please do that. Well, it could not be a TWAB without known issues. And with that, we turn over to Ness to give us a little bit of rundown of the known issues. But be careful because Snail might have put some crazy ones in there. Go ahead.
You kind of didn't. I was really disappointed. I thought something with the Colorblind Society, but nothing. You know what though about the token thing? They told us that they were going to get rid of those the glimmer ones. What was it? It was like 2 DLCs ago, and they didn't. I still have like 40 of those things. So they're gonna have.
They also told us that Matter Weaves had auto turn on. That never happened either.
No,
Do you remember the time when they told you to get rid of your planetary materials, and when you go to buy enhancement cores, you needed those?
Don't remind me.
I got rid of a bunch of them. Thank God I didn't get rid of all of them.
I tell you, the most entertaining thing about that was I was with Silly the other day, and she had a stream on at the same time. And she's like, Snail, what's this mean? And she had the old planetary material that she could still turn into Spider for Glimmer. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you don't need them anymore. Well, I still want to keep them, but you can cash in the Glimmer, and I'll just keep them.
We're hoarders.
And she put them in a vault.
We're hoarders. We're hoarders.
You don't tell her to throw stuff away. All right, so going into this list, so a couple of things that I'm going to mention that are actually affecting gameplay. There's a couple of things that are aesthetics. I don't think that we really need to kind of look into them. Glows are not glowing as much as they should be glowing. That's one of them. But these are actually affecting gameplay. The light and dark weekly solstice bounty for Gambit will only gain progress from elemental final blows on Guardians, so no ads. Prismatic orbs do not contribute to the total element orbs collected by players. They're currently investigating reports that Solstice key fragments and Solstice packages are being removed from player inventories. Mm-hmm. Then we have players are receiving, like you said earlier, the plug 1 rather than the Uzumi RR4 sniper rifle, as they're supposed to for the Nightfall completion. And then the Ludomanical, I can't say that word, Ludomanical emblem does not unlock after players reset their infamy 3 times. So there's also the last one, the most important one, the baby fallen emote won't appear until the very last thing. Very important if you really wanted that one like I do. But yeah. So if you want to know all the known issues, there is a known issues article. Check that out. Whatever was there last week is still there now. And these are also on there. So Vega, back to you.
Thank you so much.
You missed the brilliant one about Rob. I'm most disappointed.
Oh my God. Rob complained that the quest was too long as soon as he picked it up. There.
Oh,
that was
there. It was hilarious.
As soon as he picked it up, he killed 2 things, and he was like, "Oh God, why is it so hard?
I gotta go kill things."
Why?
You just started like 10 minutes ago. Yes, there you go, Snail. I said it.
Thanks.
You know what?
It was the comic relief.
If it wasn't for the fact that your character, when you go on to the next character after you do your first Solstice armor set, it kind of like, stacks where you can, like, 1 kill counts for 3 kills or things like that. Mm-hmm. This would be a really daunting quest per character, man. I know we talked about the fact that there's like a little glitch, or not really a glitch, Snail. You might want to explain it to me again, where you don't want to get the glow at first.
Oh yes. So if complete each character up to the point where you've got the ones to get the glows. So you
majestic,
might have to do
majestic set.
Yeah, the majestic set. So then you're doing a raid to do it. You're doing whatever it is, all the different things. If you do each character up to that point and then do the raid, it will complete on all 3 characters. Mm-hmm. As opposed to you having to do all of one character, then all of the next character, then to do raid 3 times, you'd have to do it Grandmaster 3 times.
Yep.
Which I wouldn't want to do on some of my characters. So just do it on the 1 character. Happy days.
And fun fact too is, like, if you make your entire set too majestic, you don't even have to wear it during those end game activities, which is a raid, nightfall, a dungeon, I believe is one of them, high end PvP, like competitive guardian kills, things like that. You don't have to wear it. So you don't have to wear that piece of crap that is plus 54, plus 56. Why do you do this to us, Bungie?
They're awful this year.
Why do you do this to us?
They really are.
So they were 55. So I opened small packages to see if we get a better one, and I got a 50. And I'm like,
yeah, I know.
This isn't high stat.
It's rough, man. I don't know what the heck Bungie's doing. And, oh man, what was my intellect power, Snail? Do you remember my intellect number when I got my Titan armor?
It was like 10.
I can't remember.
It was 6. My intellect number was 6. I was like,
he's real smart.
I'm like, okay, Snail, I'll get my super next week. I'll help you out with those ads over there. But short week, short TWAB.
Yeah.
Bungie Day still going on. The the thing that they're doing is getting money. Excuse me. The event that's going on, Bungie Day still going on, getting that fundraiser going. Snail was kind enough to drop some moolah so he can get a few things. He has some emblem, a couple little ghosts, and I believe he got a emote to go with that. Not a whole lot to talk about. Next month, they're going to be kind of dropping some more news as they continue. I know we still have to have a little preview about the next season, if it's not data mined by now, like they usually are. So Bungie's going to give us that information. And once again, please put on your calendars August 24th. That is the day where Bungie's going to be releasing their news on the Witch Queen. That's going to be
also
amazing.
Don't Die Rob's birthday.
Yep. August 24th.
Right.
It's Don't Die Rob's birthday. If you guys ever want to look him up, make sure you go to Xbox Live. His gamer tag is Don't Die Rob. Send him a message. Wish him happy birthday right now if you guys want to. Also, his address is, and his list of peers.
His social security is.
Oh man. But yeah, short TWAB, little news here and there. The most important thing about this week was the fact that they released the last mission or the last little storyline, the last little page, and Snail was not quite happy with that. Snail's gonna be talking a little bit about that in his lore corner. So Snail, take it away.
Yes. So funny enough, earlier in the season, because you just mentioned the data miners, Bungie put a message out on Twitter saying, please do not data mine and ruin the stories for others. Bungie followed their own advice and data mined their own stuff and made it live for everybody to read. So well done, Bungie. And we've got the story 3 weeks earlier than we should have done. It must be, which is fantastic. So it's no spoilers here, like I spoiled Black Widow earlier. So
thank
apologies.
you so much.
But yes, so hey?
Yeah, Black Widow's a dude.
I'm good at read. Yeah, Black Widow is a dude, apparently. Just like the guy in Titan that was a woman, Sloane. Anyway.
Not a woman.
Sloane is a woman. Anyway, let's carry on. So we've got the story this week, so it's not going to be spoiled because everybody can read this themselves. It's all out of context because we've not seen the gameplay to see how this has come about. But there were some interesting bits. Again, we're mentioning children a lot in these stories, and the children mention again putting a gilded eggshell on a memorial of somebody. And they mention a memorial for a lost child as well. So people have obviously died, which is why having a memorial sort of service, celebration, whatever they would want to call them. It mentions lots of characters. There are some specific, put my teeth back in, characters that are missing, which we'll cover at the end. But there's some interesting little bits into this story. There's a whole piece about Amanda Holiday, who Saint and Mithrax are watching, who sees somebody cloaked in the crowd and tries to get their attention, goes over and then finds it's not the person that we're looking for. And there's a sort of a strange little exchange between the two. But it does beg the question, who was she looking for? And who would be cloaked? But anyway, we'll come to that in a minute, I guess. And then it does mention then that she notices Saladin looking quite on his own, putting some gun casings on the memorial, which sounds quite strange to Mithrax. But again, people try to stay away from him. So something's happened with Saladin. We don't quite know what, because we haven't seen a story. So interesting. We've got a whole piece with Saint talking about Saladin, and then going back to something that Osiris said previously about his cautionary tale and saying that he has lost many, lost his heart, lost his hope, lost so many. He believes he stands alone, even when he's surrounded by others. I understand his pain. I see. So again, it's mentioning pain. So there's loss here, and it sounds like Saladin's involved. All the way through, it's Mithrax kind of consoling Saint for something that's happened. So it begs those questions of who we've lost. And there's some really nice sort of messages between Saint and Mithrax. There's real respect between the two. If you think from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, the boogie monster, I was going to say, it's not a boogie monster, bogey monster.
Sorry, what?
In Saint.
Bogey?
A bogey.
It's a boogie monster.
That's a boogie.
If you want a boogie instead, they just dance. It's fine. But it's that journey between the two has been brilliant, and a real strong bond of friendship. And it feels like Mithrax is consoling him for a loss of somebody. Yeah. And seeing the pain within Saint, and you can see that Saint's hiding something. But the end piece. Go well, Saint, Mithrax said with concern, find your lost phoenix. Now, the phoenix to me resembles something that's lost and then found again, so renewal of life. Kind of what the phoenix is, isn't it? So then beg loads of questions. So all this is out of context. And Bungie should not have left that in the game for people to see. I know it's been data mined, and this story has been out since the beginning of the season, irritatingly. So people have known what's going to happen all the way through. But there's a number of people that are missing. So there's no mention of Osiris being there. But there's mention of his name. There's no mention of Lakshmi. So she's not there. Crow's also not there. So beg the question, was Amanda looking for Crow? Because it's a hooded figure. Crow's usually in a hood. So was that piece of relationship that's he involved? But then it was a woman. So that big question, why would she mistake Crow for a woman?
Well, because it says a white cloak. So I think, you know, the Crow is actually all in white right now. So I can see her kind of for him.
And he does look like a girl too. If Sloan looks like a guy, then Crow looks like a girl.
He's very feminine.
Yeah. And then what did Saladin do? Why is everybody staying clear? I know he's been a bit. He's been like the sad sack of the tower, hasn't he?
He's been pretty crazy since the battlegrounds. he's been on one.
Yeah.
And if you remember that Lakshmi had approached Saladin to do the Guardian piece that she wanted. So are we tying up something here? Has he done something to Lakshmi? Maybe. Who knows? So there's lots of questions, and a story that's been spoiled really. So we'll see its climax at the end of the season, and then this is what happens afterwards. I
think the question is, why hasn't Bungie? I don't know if they have or not, which is another question I have. Have they flat out came out and said, "Hey, we messed up. This wasn't supposed to happen." So did they do this for a reason? Is there something other? They're throwing us a monkey wrench into the whole engine, and all of a sudden like something's going to happen back over here, or is it just a straight story? Do you think
it's just been dropped with no apologies
or anything? Lore.
Strangely on Ishtar, so Ishtar shows you all the lore. They've got it as still spoiler, and you have to click a few buttons to actually view it if you want to view it. They've got it locked still, but Bungie haven't. So Bungie have left it live and completed everybody's Splicer triumph. So as you know, for most triumphs, or most seals, I should say, in the game, so we see certainly the seasonal ones, they don't get completed till the last week of the season. This has been completed halfway through the season, which is not usually what happens. Yeah. So they've obviously messed things up by resetting the triumphs when they did their update. It's just a shame that the story's been messed up. There is another story I'm going to cover next week that's been running behind the scenes as well, which is quite interesting, which is all about a previous elixir that was responsible for burning London.
Oh,
I'm going to leave that there, so I won't spoil it anymore.
That's
do
very
you think that
interesting.
they just didn't think we were going to read it? Because most people, I mean, don't read the
It
lore.
it dropped straight away. I thought, that's a story piece done. I thought it had come from the activities that I just clicked. So of course it opened it, and then I was starting reading it, going, "This doesn't make any sense."
I think one of the examples that I told Snail is like, imagine watching a 2-hour movie, and then like at the hour and 15 minutes, hour 30 minutes, you leave and then you come back for the last 10 minutes. And Snail's like, "What happened? What did I miss? What's going on? Why is Yoda? I mean, why is Chewbacca and Han Solo being celebrated? What happened? What war happened? What's going on? Why are they getting medals?
Who died?"
Exactly what happened with Black Widow earlier when I was speaking to Vega.
Yeah, that's the whole thing that
Did
they
you
came
think-
across. Yeah, he spoiled the whole movie for me. I'm actually gonna go watch it tomorrow.
Awesome. Good
Yeah,
job, Snail.
I told Snail, "Hey, I'm gonna go watch this movie," and then Snail said, "You know what? Let me tell you everything that happens to it." And I'm like, "No, Snail, please don't." And it's like, "This happens, that happens, this happened. Enjoy your $30 movie." And I'm like, "No."
To be fair, I wasn't one who spoiled it, because Loki had already spoiled it in the very first Avengers film.
And what?
I'll leave that there.
Okay.
That?
See.
Okay. You're gonna
He's
hold
leaving
to
a
that?
lot of he's leaving a lot of
Yeah.
stuff there. You notice that? It's
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
jeez, man. First, I told him, I was like, "I haven't seen the newest Loki," and he's like, "Doesn't matter, it's not that good." And I'm like, "Oh, come on."
What? For
I
real?
didn't say that at all. I
Don't
love the
say
new
that.
Loki.
You're watching that.
Oh my
It's
god,
brilliant.
awesome, man. But yeah, thank you so much, Snail. Appreciate it. Looking forward to next week. That's a really good little cliffhanger there. There's an Elixir that burned London.
Mhm.
Wow, if that's not crazy news, man, I don't know what is. Awesome. But yeah, short week, guys. We're gonna be working on our Solstice of Heroes armor sets. We shouldn't take that long. I think the hardest thing in there is trying to get everybody together to do a raid. Other than that, everything else is fairly easy.
Yeah.
I believe Snail and I, before we started the show, Ness, I told him, "Hey, I need 200 hive kills." So he's like, "Oh, no problem. Let's go to the moon, the harbor."
Altars, sorry.
Yeah, we did one wave and I was done. I was like, "Okay, there's 200 kills out the way." I was like, "Man, this is gonna be pretty easy on different characters." So yeah, once you get your first character done, like Snail said, don't kind of work on your majestic set until the other characters are up to par. If you want to do all 3 of them, and I believe if you do all 3 of them, you get a fancy little ghost shell that we kind of previewed last week. How it was, so it's pretty nice. Other than that, I think that's pretty much the episode. You guys have anything else you guys want to bring up before we close it out?
No, I don't want to spoil
anything else you want to spoil, Snail? Jesus.
I know,
No.
Snail. Got anything else?
I know. Anyway,
I'll just say it's coming home.
all right. Well,
What?
this was episode 38.0.11.2.3 because there's a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes over here at the Three Warlocks Podcast. We're doing a lot of updates as well.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was it. We'll see you guys next week. My name is Vega. I was one of your hosts. My gamer tag is Vega6417. You can find me on Xbox Live. You can also find me on Twitch under Twitch TV/Triple Vega. Triple Vega is also the name on my Instagram. If you want to look me up on Twitter, it's under Jasubius, but we prefer you check out the Three Warlocks Podcast Twitter, which is also at Warlocks3. Thank you. Ness.
Nice. So my name is Ness1. I have an Instagram, AlexisV1, and I also run the Genuine Apathy Instagram. So it's genuine_apathy. I am also Ness1 on Xbox and Twitch. So please follow. I stream. I was about to say I Twitch. I stream every other Wednesday. I Twitch it out.
Can you imagine?
So bad.
She does Twitch all the time.
Yeah, I Twitch.
On Wednesdays.
Randomly, on the Wednesdays only, I Twitch.
Snail? Snaily Snail?
I'm Snaily Snail. 2268. You can find me on Xbox. I'm on Twitter as well. So it's under my real name, Ross Heath, on there. Well, it does come up as Win Snail as well, bizarrely. I don't know why. I did say the other day I had a million reactions to my tweet, which apparently was an over-exaggeration because there was only 3 comments and 39 likes. But I was, it was just a turn of phrase. I'm sorry for being precise.
He's
A
like,
million?
oh,
And
that's
you
what
only
he's-
had
A million,
three?
a million,
He only had
$1 million.
three. Yeah,
That's a bit. That's an exaggeration for
that's
real.
an over exaggeration. Can you imagine?
Man.
Can you imagine? Like I have dude, there was a house burning next door to me, and there was like a million firemen out there. They'll be tripping over each other. They'll be just like demolishing the entire
There was
neighborhood.
water everywhere.
My God.
Oh, dear.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Really appreciate it. Next week, lots of stuff. Hopefully we'll have a much bigger TWAB. Hopefully we'll have some more news to come on maybe a different storyline or anything towards the end of the season. Maybe a little hint about the following season. Who knows? Looks like, just by doing the math, the following season may be another 5 to 6 monther. If it starts at the end of August, the next expansion falls around early February. I don't know if they're going to try to squeeze in another season in between, but we will see. It's going to be like the season of arrivals all over. When I went in there and I was seeing people with their season rank at 400, 500. Well, that was a long season. People have a long season ranks on that one. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Eyes up, Guardians. And always remember, guys, when in Rome.
And in Rome, like cats and the pigeons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.